Let's bring you a look at the business news now. I'm joined in the studio by France 24's Yuka Roy. Hello to you, Yuka.
Hi, Rochelle.
We're kicking off with a bitter dispute between France and the US over a digital tax that's targeting specifically the big tech firms.
It's called the GAFA tax for that reason. Well, Paris is calling on Washington to lift a threat of tariffs on French champagne, cheese and luxury products in retaliation to France's new 3% tax on tech firms' digital services revenue. Economy Minister Bruno Le Maire wants the US to commit to an international tax proposal drawn up by the OECD. This ahead of his planned meeting with the US Treasury Secretary at next week's World Economic Forum in Davos. Fraser Jackson has more details.
Back a global tax plan on tech giants or risk countries implementing their own rules. The French government is hoping to escape the focus of the US by showing an international front towards revenue earned by top digital companies.
If the US targets France, it won't solve the basic problem, which is there must be an international taxation of digital giants and there will be a spreading of national taxes across the globe. What will they do then? Go after Austria, Spain, Italy, the United Kingdom?
The GAFA tax, so-called because it focuses on taxing digital high earners such as Google, Apple, Facebook and Amazon, has become a sticking point for Franco-American relations in recent months. Last year, France applied a 3% levy on tech giants earning more than 25 million euros in the country and 750 million euros worldwide.
We want to tax American companies, Phil. That's important. We want to tax them. That's not for somebody else to tax.
US President Donald Trump said the tax unfairly targets American companies and in retaliation threatened tariffs on French goods worth $2.4 billion, including champagne, makeup and handbags. The OECD's proposal would see tax revenue from big companies shared between the countries in which those firms operate and in which they are based. Trump wants any proposal to be optional for US companies, something France and the OECD have called a non-starter. And the potential revenue distribution could be huge. Google, Apple, Facebook and Amazon frequently top the list of most valuable companies. This week, Google's parent company Alphabet became the fifth company in history to surpass a $1 trillion market valuation.
Well, with that, let's check in on the markets now. And shares on Wall Street have hit new record highs following the latest economic data from China, which showed that its 2019 growth was the slowest in 29 years, but was still better than expected. European shares closed the week on a positive note, with London's FTSE up more than 0.4%, despite weak retail data in the UK. Now, some more of the day's business headlines for you now. The US government's road safety agency says it's looking into allegations that all three of Tesla's electric car models can suddenly accelerate on their own. The NHTSA's announcement comes after an anonymous petition asked the agency to investigate 500,000 Tesla cars, Model S, Model X and Model 3, following 127 complaints, including 110 crashes. Travelex, the London-based foreign currency exchange firm, says the first of its customer-facing systems in Britain is up and running again, more than 2 weeks after a cyber attack caused all of its systems to shut down. The malware attack had forced Travelex staff to use pen and paper to calculate exchanges. The company operates in 70 countries. A court in Japan has ordered the suspension of a nuclear reactor in the west of the country over safety concerns as it lies near a seismic fault line. It's the latest legal setback for the Japanese government, which has been trying to bring idled nuclear plants back into service. All but a handful of Japan's 59 reactors have remained offline since the 2011 Fukushima disaster. And finally from me, with air pollution causing 4.6 million deaths around the world each year, a Dutch startup has come up with a next-generation breathing mask. The company says its smart mask, which debuted at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, can detect pollutants and dust particles and give users real-time pollution alerts, and will eventually be able to choose the cleanest cycling or walking route to take. The firm hopes to make it commercial by the end of this year.
The first one we're targeting are gas pollutant sensors and also dust particulate sensors and connectivity with your cell phone. And our goal is one day to be able to deliver enough data to have a reliable pollution map. And when you want to go from A to B, you don't necessarily only go for the shortest or the fastest way, you always go for the less polluted way.
For every problem, there's a high-tech solution. Apparently.
I like the idea. I might invest in one when it does become public. I think we could
Yeah,
probably
and
use
if
that.
it does work.
If it does work. We could probably use one of those on the more polluted days here in Paris. Yuka, thank you very much for the business roundup. They'll see you later on in the show. For now, though, it's time for